The Wonder Years and Johnny Rotten are on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is January 31st. It is the 31st day of the year. You got 335 days left. It is the 5th Wednesday in the 5th week and the 42nd day of winter. You got 48 days left until spring. Today is Day Word Back National, or National Backwards Day. The day where the word gets turned upside down, inside out, and becomes madness. They suggest today you approach life in reverse by doing everything the opposite way you normally would. Wearing pajamas during the day, having dessert before dinner, anything you can think of to do backwards, do it. Sounds fun if you're in kindergarten. I think if you're a lawyer and you wear pajamas to work, the judge might have something to say to you. All right, let's see what else January 31st has given us. 1944, World War II, American forces land in the Marshall Islands. The Japanese had held the Marshall Islands since 1914. Permanent settlements hadn't shown up on the Marshall Islands by Japan until around 1920, early 1920s. Not long after that, and at the beginning of World War II, they created quite the military presence there. Before that, it was just a few settlements. There was fighting in the Marshall Islands between the U.S. and Japan until early April of 1944, when they eventually surrendered and evacuated the islands. Not just the military, all the settlements, everything they cleared out. 1950, President Truman orders the development of thermonuclear weapons. We had already had atomic weapons, which we dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, but President Truman and all his generals decided it was time to up our bomb game. 1957, 8 people, 5 total crew from 2 aircrafts and 3 on the ground in Pacoima, California, are killed following a mid-air collision between a DC-7 airliner and a Northrop F-89 Scorpion fighter jet. 1988, Doug Williams becomes the first African-American quarterback to play in the Super Bowl and leads the Washington Redskins to a Super Bowl victory. 2007, emergency officials in Boston mistakenly identify a battery-powered LED place card depicting a character from Aqua Teen Hunger Force as an improvised explosive device, causing panic. Now, this Aqua Teen Hunger Force was a cartoon. And it was, I wouldn't say an adult like it's dirty, it was just geared for adults. Just the humor and stuff like that. And it was like on Cartoon Network and a few other places, like Adult Swim. Eventually it was just on YouTube. So they decided to bring it back. And in 2007, the series sparked national attention due to the marketing stunt that led to the Boston bomb scare. The light bright style LED display showing characters from the show were placed in several major cities. But in Boston, they were mistakenly seen as suspicious, causing a security scare and road closures. The men responsible for this, Peter Brodowski and Sean Stevens, were initially charged but eventually settled the case with apologies and community service. Turner Broadcasting, who was responsible for the campaign, paid $2 million to the Boston authorities to cover the investigative costs and manpower. They really didn't have to. This was just a sign of goodwill. Now, this is where it really gets bad. The incident led to the resignation of Cartoon Network's general manager and controversy around the show, including the pulling of an episode titled Boston that was a response to the scare. It's never been seen, at least officially. This was ridiculous. I remember seeing it all over the news. Now, the Boston bombing hadn't happened yet. That was like 6 years later. After that, I could totally see being a little freaked out. In the end, it was like a bad prank that went terribly wrong. 2018, both a blue moon and a total lunar eclipse occur. 2023, the last Boeing 747, the first wide-body airliner, is delivered. Premiered on January 31st, 1988, The Wonder Years, Golden Globe-winning show about a young boy who becomes of age in the 1960s and early 70s. The show ran for 6 seasons and aired 115 episodes. The show also won 4 Primetime Emmys during its run. It was a pretty cute show. I liked it. Born on January 31st, 1956, John Lydon, better known as Johnny Rotten. He is a British singer better known by his stage name, Johnny Rotten. He sang lead vocals in a punk rock band called the Pistols. It's got another word in there I can't say. Get demonetized. He worked as a London minicab dispatcher. He married Nora Forrester, the German heiress to the publishing company. He adopted her 2 children from a previous relationship. He and Sid Vicious were bandmates in the Pistols. Died on January 31st, 2023, Charlie Thomas, American rhythm and blues singer who is known for his work with the Drifters, a doo-wop and R&B soul vocal group. Their song Under the Boardwalk has received over 150 million streams on Spotify. After the group disbanded, he formed the New Drifters. Charlie died of liver cancer on January 31st, 2023. He was 85 years old. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day, be nice to each other.